When I heard you say up there you came 2.5 points short, I was thinking, what if you hadn't? Would you be in Waterloo today?
Bill dear God, no. Good to see you.
That was Chuck Todd yesterday on Meet the Press, interviewing Beto O'Rourke in Iowa. Now, the question just has to be asked. Is Chuck Todd a hobbit? Yeah, I know Beto O'Rourke is 6'4", but still, doesn't Chuck Todd seem unusually short? So you know what I did? I went to the internet and checked to see what his height is, and this is what I found. Okay, here's the deal. I'm 5'11", or that's what I tell everybody. But if you want to know the actual truth, I'm 5'10". So I fibbed by an inch. The truth is, most American men under 6 feet tall will fake their height a little bit. Now, the taller you are, the less you need to add to your height. I added 1 inch. Okay. If you're 5'8", very likely you might add 2 inches just so you could say you're 5'10". Now, when you get up to like 6'2", 6'3", that's where you pretty much don't have to start faking your height anymore. For example, I had a friend of mine from high school, Mike Karpovich. The guy was 6'6". Believe me, he never told anybody he was 6'7". He was 6'6". In fact, he probably wished he was a couple inches shorter. Now, when you get shorter, you start fibbing more. Like, for example, well, we saw Chuck Todd. It said 5'2". Now, if you're 5'2", most American men aren't going to cop to that. They're going to say they're 5'4", and especially if they wear lifts, good chance they're going to say they're 5'5". So if you're admitting that you're 5'2", you know what that tells me? You're probably about 5 foot tall, and maybe there's a good chance you might be under 5 feet tall. Which, if that's the case with Chuck Todd, guess what? That puts him in Hobbit territory. So I have to ask if he's a Hobbit.
Most recent Democratic president, a lot of people put their hope in and thought he was the answer that was going to do that.
Yeah.
Why do you think that didn't happen in Obama's 8 years? What was...
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left. 1296. Very good year.
There's one sure way to find out if Chuck Todd is a Hobbit. We need to see him in his bare feet. I want to see if he has those big, hairy Hobbit feet. Now, while we do that investigation on him to check his feet to see how hairy and big they are, might be a good idea to do a tape measurement of how high he is. I would like to see that, because I have a suspicion it might be below 5 feet, which would make him a Hobbit. So, the question is out there, is Chuck Todd a Hobbit?
Give me 3 or 4 books that you read that would say, you know what, if you read those books, you'll get an idea of how I think.
Yeah.
Oh no. Come and help an old man. How's your shoulder?
Better than it was.
And the ring? You feel its power growing, don't you? I felt it too.
So if it turns out that Chuck Todd actually is a Hobbit, what Hobbit name should we give him? We already have Bilbo, we got Frodo. You know what? I think Chuck Todd. That sounds good. Chuck Todd is now his Hobbit name.